Hey everybody, I just felt kind of called to post today and share just a video with you, kind of introducing myself and just telling you what my life and my mission is all about. And I really truly feel that Facebook is my mission field. And so I just kind of wanted to talk to you and just share with you what this whole thing is about and like why I'm even here, why I like to use and why I do use Facebook as kind of a platform. And basically the number one thing is my faith. And it's God, it's my calling to share and teach people about God. And it started ever since I was born, I've been in the church, and I'm a cancer survivor. I have a scar here, you can see it. And that is, my mom always called it my miracle scar. And so as a cancer survivor, I've just always, from the time that I could ever even remember, I've just lived knowing that I have a bigger purpose, that God is going to use me. I only had a 20% chance of making it through my childhood cancer. And so for me to be sitting here in front of you, I know that God has plans for me. He wants to use me, and he wants to work through me. And so that's how I've lived my life. And it started out with teaching in the classroom. From the time that I was 9 years old, I knew I wanted to teach. And I started with teaching in the classroom. I taught in the classroom for 14 years. I taught in private school and public school. No matter where I taught, it was always my mission field. Whether I was able to proclaim Jesus out loud or just share it through my actions, and my relationships, like, it didn't matter. It was always a calling. And I'm not in the classroom anymore, but my teaching and my calling haven't changed 100%. I'm still called to teach. I'm still called to share. I'm still called to be, a minister in my own way. And so my number one priority, my number one focus is always sharing Christ. Whether it's through motivation and inspiration, whether it's through my devotions that I write, whether it's through fitness and health, no matter what, or just through friendship, I try to just share Christ in whatever I'm doing. And that's obviously what all of us want as Christians and believers. But over the past 2 years, my life is completely transformed. And in this past year, it was a year ago, I guess I should say, in May. It was a very inward focus. It was about changing me. And when I stepped into a health group, that's when life really changed dramatically for me, like crazy changes. And it started with focusing on working on me. I'd already been working on my faith and I'd been working on my insides, but it was time for me to work on my outside and become a confident woman of God. I was not a confident woman of God prior to that. I struggled with my weight. I struggled with my self-confidence. I struggled with the need for other people to give me value, especially when it came to teaching. I needed those parents, my principal, my coworkers, my students. I needed them to give my value to me. I looked for their reassurance. I looked to them for really who I was. And when I stopped teaching, I didn't have that anymore. And so all of a sudden, yes, I knew I was a child of God. I always have known that. But I wasn't finding any value or any goals. My insides kind of just collapsed. I had no confidence. I was eating even more. I was gaining weight for the past, I don't even know, 10 years since I had my daughter. But over that year of not teaching, I gained a ton of weight. I was at the weight of when I was 9 months pregnant. I was at my pregnancy weight, but I wasn't pregnant. And that affected everything about me. It affected how my husband and I interacted. It affected how I interacted with my own child. It affected every aspect of my life. Have you gotten to the point where bending over to pick something up is strenuous? Walking upstairs is exhausting? Have you gotten to the point where you don't even want to get on the floor to play with your child because getting back up again is a problem? That was me. That was where I was. When I would look in the mirror, I didn't know who I was looking at. I felt gross. I felt like giving up on everything. And I took a step one day. I felt the Lord pushing me. I heard a voice say, my body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. And when I heard that reminder, I had to change. And that day, I signed up for a health group with somebody I didn't even know. A presence on Facebook that I admired, and I followed a friend of a friend, but I didn't know her. But I stepped out in faith, feeling that push, knowing after I talked to her that I needed the support, I needed accountability, I needed somebody to encourage me, I needed a coach, I needed programs. We all know what health means. We know we need to eat well. We need to cut some carbs. We know that our body needs a balance of everything. We know that. We all do. But I needed some structure. I needed some guidance. I needed encouragement. I needed to be able to do something in my own home. I knew that going out to a gym was something I used to be able to do, but I knew that was something at that point in my life I couldn't do. I didn't have the confidence, and I didn't have the money. And yet this program, a 21-day kind of a challenge group or a boot camp type of a group in my own home, through Facebook, through a website, through I don't even know if I could say the word privacy or internet safety, but that's how I felt. Like I felt safe being face to face, but through a camera, through a lens. And I jumped in once I had heard about how this program worked, a daily exercise, an eating plan with portions, but I was going to be able to eat everything. I could still eat pasta. I could still eat bread. I could still eat fruit. I could still eat nuts and cheese. I could still eat all of those things, but in proportion and in a certain amount. And so I was ready, and I jumped in and hit the ground running, and I didn't look back. For 4 to 6 months, I just stayed on a steady stream of weight loss, or there's always those little bits of time where you're plateauing, but I never gained back weight, and I reached my 45-pound goal in November, and I have never felt so good in my life. But it didn't take until November to feel good. I felt good within the first week. I felt amazing within the first week. And that's what kept me going, is how good I felt. And after I started to lose weight that first 21 days, I found out that I could be a coach, which scared me to death, because how can somebody who's overweight be a coach? How could somebody coach who's never coached anything in their life? I'm not athletic. I never was before. How could I coach? But the opportunity to share with other women what I was experiencing pushed me. And that's when the internal change became an outside focus again. I knew God was sharing this opportunity with me as a new opportunity to teach others and to have, a new way of sharing Him. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to share with others this experience and be able to share with them also a little bit about Him at the same time, about my faith at the same time. Even if there's people in there that don't know Him, it's not going to be overly scary, but an opportunity presents itself. And so for the past almost year now, I've been a coach. As I've done my journey and worked towards my goals, I've been able to have the privilege of helping other women try to reach their goals as well. And it's been life-changing. I've met so many people. I've had so many people from the past part of my life come back into the present. I've created a awesome group of women that are like a family, who have shared interests and who want to have a healthy life and feel good about themselves. My confidence now is so much better. Every day isn't always a great day. And I've gone up and down a little bit. I'm not at my goal weight right now. And that's okay. This is still a lifestyle. It's still a journey. It's never a destination. It's never just over. You know that. We've all lost weight and then gained it back. We've all lost weight and struggled to keep it off. And I know and I have the tools. And I know with the team of people and the accountability that it's always going to work. It always works. But the great thing is that there's variety out there. And I have to say that. I see so many of my friends doing other things with health and fitness. And that's great. You find what works for you, and you find the people that you can trust and that work best for you. And that's what you do. So I know that not everybody watching this video is going to sign up with me. And I know that, and that's okay. I want you to find what's good for you, and I want to be able to encourage you, whether it's with me or with somebody else. That's what my mission is. It's about supporting women and sharing motivation and inspiration, and that's what it's all about. So if you're interested in learning more about my journey, if you're interested in jumping in yourself, if you're interested in changing your life, if you're interested in coaching, if you're interested in any of it, please don't hesitate to ask. Reach out to me. That's what this is all about. If you're not ready now, but you might be ready next month, you know where I am. So I just want to share with you that. I just want to share my story. I just wanted to share with you that it's ongoing, that my story hasn't ended. I'm still here and I'm still living it. I work out every single day. And that's something that I love. But do I always make the best choices when I'm eating? No, we all still struggle with it. I went 6 months without stepping out of the bounds once. I was strict. And I lost the weight. And then I decided that I would give myself a little bit of a break and have some of the cheesecake I love and have some of and I went overboard. We all do it. It happens. And now I'm refocused. I'm back in it. I'm back on the plan. It's a lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. You make it work for you. And I know for myself, I'm 100% or I'm nothing. So some people, though, can live and do 80-20. They can live and do 70-30. They can live and do 90-10. That's just not me. So I'm back in it 100%. I'm going back to my goal weight. I'm going back to, my muscles. I'm still in shape. We're always a work in progress. Always. I don't think that there's ever a time that you can get to a certain weight and stay there. Or you can get to a certain, strength and just stay there. You have to keep working on yourself. You have to keep in the game. And that's one of the other cool things about the program that I do, is that once you sign up and I'm your coach forever. It doesn't go away. It doesn't stop. If 5 years from now you're back up 20 pounds and you want to get back down, you call me up and I am still here and I am still your coach. And hopefully we don't lose track. We don't lose track of each other. We stay in contact so that doesn't happen. But it's not something like the gym where you have to pay for your personal trainer over and over and over and over again. And that's something that I love. So my coach is still my coach. She still helps me out every day as I'm continue to learn and go on this journey. But I also, in the same thing, I still have people who signed up with me a year ago that I'm still working with, we're still celebrating together. We're still in this together. And it's a lifestyle. It's something that we choose and we love. So anyways, I went much longer than I wanted to go, but reach out to me if you have questions or you want to jump in. Let me know how I can help you and how we could be on a health journey together. All right, take care.